Right, hello guys and girls, and welcome back to a brand new video today. For today's video of predictions for the Premier League, we will be doing League One on Wednesday, and then we do League Two on Sunday. So yeah, obviously me and Joe done the Championship on Sunday. Well, we done it Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing the Premier League today. So we've got Joe, the Ipswich fan, and Bloody Stevenage and Chelsea, the three teams trailer. Well, you know what I mean. I'm Bailey, a Villa fan. Birmingham are better than Villa, just to let you know. And Jack, Evertonian,
Totally,
and the
mate.
Tommy fan. So you all right, Jack?
Oh yeah,
You all right?
yeah.
So what do you think of Everton next season?
We have now signed Danjuma.
Good son.
Second time lucky, they say.
Surprised it didn't turn around and feel like gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
Had a gun pulled to his head this time.
Right, Joe. Joe with Chelsea. Thoughts on Chelsea for next season?
Just do better than last season, mate. Just do better. Just please.
Yeah, so obviously you got Poch. What are your thoughts on the signings you brought in?
I like them. I mean, we obviously watched the game against Brighton last night. I like the signings. Nicholas Jackson looks like a really good striker, the link-up plays and everything. He's not like one of those class sort of strikers like the prolific ones, but he's a striker that does a job and helps get the old team around him to do well.
Right, okay. And then finally, Bailey. Bailey, what are your thoughts on Villa's signings for next season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. Should be a good
obviously
season.
you signed Diaby, Pau Torres, two great signings.
So
Do you think, Bailey, you can get above where you were last season? Or do you think you'll be around there?
Well, I ain't telling you about it, so I'll tell you my Premier League predictions. But no, possibly, but we'll wait and see.
Okay. So everyone ready to go for the first one?
Yep.
Right. So in my 20th, who have I put? I put a team that's literally just been promoted to the Premier League, and that is Sheffield United. My thoughts on Sheffield United, I just don't think they're a good team. Obviously they've got Higginbottom. I don't think he'll last at Sheffield United next year. But decent ground, but I just can't see them staying up next year in the Premier League. And obviously I don't even know who they've actually signed. So because I'm not a fan of Sheffield United, so I've put them in 20th.
They've signed like three like nobodies, haven't they? Really, like one of their player who used to play for Liverpool, that Larouci, the left wing back. But that's about it. That's the only one I know.
All right, okay, Joe, you go next.
I thought it was Jack.
Just do it. Go on. Who's ready?
Go on, Jack. Fire away. I want to see you if we copy.
I've gone with Bournemouth.
Okay.
I think sacking O'Neill, then bringing in a manager that I can't even remember his name. Don't even know who he is. Didn't hear it. Never heard of him. And I just think that was a bit of a stupid move.
I think he was at Zaragoza. I think.
Real. It was Real Valladolid. It was called.
If he does that bad, I don't think he'll last. But it's whether who will they bring in to replace him?
No idea.
They're not really in a track.
No idea.
Club, so yeah, I just think they've got an alright squad, but I think they'll just be one of them teams that massively underachieve.
Okay. Go on, Bailey.
I've went with Luton. I just think, I don't know, for some season back in the Premier League, of course they've signed Marvelous Nakamba, but was a good move, but he ain't a Premier League player. So I don't think Luton will have a good season, but yeah, I think they'll be bottom.
Joe, sorry.
I was saying, am I not in this? I'm just like the cheerleader. All right. Number 20, I've gone for Sheffield United, same as Alex. I just think they've only got one player who's the danger man, that's Njai. Apparently, he might be signing a new contract at Sheffield United, or he might be moving away. But either way, I just think they'll just go down.
Joe, what about Kilbarley?
Who?
Kilbarley.
He doesn't hardly feature for Sheffield United.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't hardly feature. I mean, it's good for your career mode, but
Yeah.
19th, Duncan.
Okay, so going into my number 19 is Luton Town. Like Bailey said, they haven't really signed many players. They've signed Chong and Morris Mukamba, however you say his name. I just don't think they will be ready to go to. I don't think they'll stay in for another season. So I think they'll just go straight down for next season. Jack?
19th, I've gone for Sheffield United. Like you said, Alex, like Heckenbottom, he's unproven in the Prem, and their best player, like you said, Joe, I reckon he'll leave them. So yeah, I think they'll be straight back down.
Bailey?
Yeah, I'll put me Sheffield United as well. I think they will go down. I think they could even finish bottom of the league, like you said, Alex. But yeah, I'm going to put them 19th in my opinion.
Joe?
I've also gone with Luton, Alex. Sorry, Jack. I've also gone with Luton. I think, like you say, with their signings, they've got Chong, Nakamba. They got that centre back from Barnsley. They got a right wing back from City, and Ryan Giles from Wolves. Apparently, they're closing on signing him for $5 million. I think Luton will give it a go, but I just think it's just for the big leagues. You know what I mean? So big boys.
Right, so going to my number 18.
I swear, if you got the same as me, I'll kill you. Mm-hmm.
Wait, shit. Who did I say 19th?
Luton.
Right, okay. So my 18th is Wolverhampton Wanderers. I just think, obviously, they're losing players left, right, and centre. Obviously, they're going to get rid of Jimenez, who's going to Fulham for $5.5 million. I don't even think he's that good. I don't even think he's worth about $5 million. Never mind that, he's worth about $2 million because he's crap. And I just think they've got an okay manager, but obviously they haven't really signed anyone. They signed a goalkeeper from Northampton, which is embarrassing. Honestly, I don't know where they're going to go next year. So I've got a soft spot for Wolves because of my family members who, for Wolves, I just think they're going to go down. Obviously, they've lost Neves. They lost him for about $47 million, and they haven't really replaced him. I think Nunes will go next. Won't surprise me. So obviously they've lost Adama Traore, who's gone out. Don't know where he's going. But
He's free agent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's free agent. So yeah, so that is Wolves are my 18th. Jack?
My 18th, I've gone for Luton. The players they have brought in are nowhere near Premier League quality. And yeah, like you said, I think they'll give it. I think they'll give it a good go. I think it'll go down to quite the wire, but I think they won't have enough quality in their squad, especially with the teams have put around them. They've got so much more Premier League quality players, so I reckon they'll go down.
Bailey?
Yeah, I've said Wolves as well. I just think they'll go down. They've sold, of course, most of their best players. And yeah, don't really like Wolves, but yeah, hope they go down. Move on to Joe.
I've also gone with Wolves, so all of us agreed on that. I think, like you say, you got obviously Neves gone for quite a amount of money. Collins is another one to Brentford. They just haven't really spent it, really. It feels like they're in a transfer embargo or things like that, or they got financial fair play around their tail. But yeah, they haven't signed anyone. Like you say, they've only got that Northampton keeper who's a third choice, but that's about it. So yeah, Wolves.
Interesting.
18th.
And obviously, Neves is still in his prime.
Yep.
So my is it 16th?
17th.
Isn't it? 17th.
Go
That's
on,
it.
exactly.
Because you said Sheffield United, Luton, Wolves. So it'll be 17.
Right, so my next one is a team nicknamed the Cherries. Joe, have you got that?
No, I haven't.
Right, so obviously Bournemouth, obviously they lost their manager last season. I think it was wrong for him to go because he kept them up, and obviously being the most of the good teams that they played, obviously being Liverpool, which was amazing, but obviously they signed the left back from Issa Dalmar, good sign, but I don't think it'd be good enough. But I think they're just about to stay up. Jack.
16th, I've gone for
17th.
oh yeah, I've gone for Wolves. I think they'll just about escape. Sending Luton down as well. I said, yeah, they've lost Neves, but I think they still have enough to send the others down and just like, yeah, I think they'll survive.
Bailey.
Yeah, in 17th, is it? I went with Bournemouth. Yeah, I think Bournemouth will just stay up. They could either go down. I don't know if they've signed, to be fair, but of course, it could be like a second season syndrome. So they could go down, but yeah, I'm saying 17th for Bournemouth.
Joe.
17th, I've gone with Forest. I just think, again, a bit like Bournemouth, second season syndrome. I know they've signed that Olainha, other players as well. I don't know. Is Stephen Cooper the right manager? Who knows? But they've signed a lot of players, and again, they'll need a time to gel again. But yeah, I'm going to put Forest 17th.
So my 16th is Forest. Yes, Forest. They're an okay team, I guess, but they've honestly lost a few of their players. Obviously, like I said, Lingard, who's left, who's I don't know where he's gone.
Free agent.
But what?
Free agent.
So obviously, I've seen them. They're going to be possibly getting Dean Henderson from Manchester United because United have signed Onana, which is fantastic.
You're interested
But
in
for me,
as well.
what?
You're interested in EA Nacho as well.
Who?
Forest.
Are they? Okay. But I just think Forest are a good team, but they just don't press as much. Obviously, when they play the likes of Manchester United, we always beat them because they're not a great team. Don't get me wrong, they're an okay team when they're playing against other teams, but when they play United, they always fumble. So, Jack, your 16th?
My 16th, I've gone for the Forest. I think they've got a better squad than Wolves and Luton, but I don't reckon they're really. I think they'll definitely be in another relegation fight, and I think that this time I think they'll still come out the better side of it. But it depends on if they do sign EA Nacho, because I reckon if he gets a service, he will score quite a few good goals for them, and then I think they're linked with Willian as well, aren't they? Or have they signed him?
He signed
Willian, he's gone Fulham.
Yeah, but
They've been linked with Alanga from Man U.
Oh yeah, they've been linked with Valanga. Apparently, they're going to be spending about 15 million on him.
I don't
Which-
really like him either, though. So
To be fair, Alanga for Forest, I think he'd be decent.
yeah, probably for to be honest, he's linked with Everton, and I'll go over that in a bit. But I think Forest will be a good suit for him.
Right, okay. Bailey?
I'm gonna go Everton. They're always near that, and I hope they do well. To be fair, I do like Everton as a football club. They've got a good Jordan Pickford, so I rate him as a keeper. They've signed off good Dan Juma. Ashley Young, of course, former Villa man. He scored in the pre-season of the down pretty sure. So yeah, I reckon he'll be class. Yes, he's old, but I reckon he'll still be class for Everton. So I think they'll have a okay season, but finishing 16th.
Joe?
I've gone same with Bailey. I've gone with Everton as well. I just think I just think with Everton, like, yes, they got Danjuma, and yes, they're linked with that Leeds winger as well, Ginetto, I think that's his name. But there's some other players they need to address and things like that. But
That'd be
I
a good
think-
signing for Everton. Just make sure he doesn't get sent off like he did against Chelsea.
Well, we'll see. I think you can put him on the left and put Danjuma up front. So you can do that.
So what number is it? Number 15? And my number 15 is not really a shock, but yes, they had a great season last season. But for me, Fulham, I just think obviously they're going to lose. They're possibly losing Mitrovic. Obviously, their manager has apparently said he's staying at the club, which is good. But I don't think they'll be as good as what they were last season. So honestly, Fulham are a great team, but I think they'll just stay around 15th, 16th for next season. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team. And honestly, they've got some great players, but yeah, signing Willian, I think they could have done better, but just not. At least they kept Polinia, great player. Obviously, West Ham wanted him, and it got rejected the bid. So yeah, interesting. So Jack, 15?
15th, I've gone for Burnley, and I think they definitely have enough to stay out of a relegation fight. I feel like, and I'm excited to see how Company's first season and managing in the Premier League goes. I think first season they just steady themselves a bit. Then maybe next season and seasons after they can push on to finish higher. And I reckon 50 would be a good finish for Burnley this season.
Bailey?
I'm gonna go Fulham. Of course, Marco Silva could be leaving them. I'm pretty sure he could be going.
He's staying.
Yeah. But I reckon Fulham will have a poor season than last season. I just think because they're loads of tough teams now, getting really good players. I just think Fulham will finish 15th, in my opinion.
So I cleared a chair and you thought you'd sit on it. Yeah. Right.
Right, my 15th is I'm going to put Fulham. Same what Bailey said. I reckon Mitrovic will go. I think Polinia, if he goes, I think they'll be in trouble. Yes, Fulham asked for 90 because West Ham has obviously got that Rice money. But I just think they need a lot more signings. And I don't think, Jimenez back in the day, he was a really good player until he had that head injury against Arsenal. But it's not his fault. But I just think Fulham for 16th or 15th, sorry.
5.5 million.
Not bad, but
What's my next?
it's probably worse.
What's my next? Jonathan. Shit. Right. My 14th is Brentford. And with Brentford, I don't think they would be as good as what they were last season. Honestly, they've lost Ivan Toney.
Well, they haven't lost him, but
No, but he's not going to be playing for about 6 months.
yeah, he'll be back in like January.
But I don't think they'll have a great season. Jack, why are you upside down?
He's from Australia, mate. He's down under.
Because my phone's going to die, and
So this over to you, Jack.
is that better?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's
I'll just
reasonable.
hold my
Sorry, who's your 14th, Alex? Brentford.
Yeah.
My 14th, I have gone for Everton. I think. I mean, I hope I don't make the same mistake as I did last year, because I think I said 14th again last year, but I think we're a bit more prepared this season. We've got a manager that like knows the league and knows how to stay in a steady position. And I think with the signings we've been linked with EA Nacho as well. We've been linked with Dembele from Lyon on a free transfer, and I think we've been linked with that Ajax striker.
Broby.
Yeah, I think if we get them and we get Gnotto, then maybe get another midfielder, and I think we will be pretty fine this season. And if I really like, a lot of people didn't like it, but I really like the Ashley Young signing. He had teams in Europe wanting him, and I think he's one of the most experienced players around in the Premier League, and I just think he's exactly what we need. He's better than Mikolenko as well, so I like it.
Who's your left back? Sorry, you linked with?
Mikolenko.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said about you was linked with another left back.
Oh no, saying Ashley Young's better than Mikolenko.
Fair.
Yeah.
14th, is it?
Yeah.
I've went with Forest. I think Nottingham Forest will have a good season, in my opinion. If they get a Langer, I think that'd be a class signing. Dean Henderson maybe again. So yeah, I think Forest will have a better season than last season.
My 14th, you put these guys down a bit lower, but I feel like they actually will be like one of the underdogs because we don't know anything about the manager. I've actually gone with Bournemouth. I just think the left back's a good youngster, like young left back. They've been linked with that young Spanish right back who have been linked with like massive teams like the Dortmunds, the Barca's, Newcastle. I can't remember his name. Ivan something. I can't remember his name. So yeah, I'm going with Bournemouth 14th, and I think they'll be like one of the surprise packages again.
So going into my number 13 now is going to be Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is just one of them teams that they're always in the middle of the table for the season. And yeah, they've got Elise, who's possibly leaving to go to Man City or Chelsea, which and then other than that, Zaha's going to Galatasaray, which would be a decent signing. So, so obviously, Roy Hodgson is doing a decent job out there, but I think they'll be mid-table for next season.
I've also gone for Crystal Palace. I think they always, if they don't really ever have any big names to lose, but when they do have like that one player that they do lose, they always replace him. That's what I quite like about Crystal Palace. And if they'll replace Zaha, I think they want Demarai Gray from us. I think that'll be an all right replacement for him, to be honest. I think he is quite underrated, Demarai Gray. And I think they've got Roy Hodgson, he knows what he's doing, so I reckon just a mid-table finish.
I'm gonna go Burnley. I think Burnley will have a good season. I think, of course, I don't know if they've signed, but yeah, I do think they'll have a class season, in my opinion. First season back in the Premier League. So yeah, I don't think they'll be near the trough. So I think they'll have a good season.
I've also gone with Burnley. I think Vincent Company will steady the ship a bit. Good players like James Trafford, great goalie. Big step up for him. See how he does. I think when you've got someone like Vincent Kompany as your manager, I think he will bed you in quite well. I think they still need to strengthen their back four. I know they've been linked with Maatsen from Chelsea, but we'll move on to Chelsea in a bit. But yeah, I think Burnley for me 13th.
So going into, is it 13 or 12?
12th.
Okay. Going to my number 12 is Everton. I think Everton will have a better season than last year. Obviously, with the way they played, they were not great at all. But obviously, we're getting that signing today, great signing. And obviously, he's been in the Champions League and everything. So I think he'd be a really good player for you guys. Obviously, I do think you need possibly a striker, definitely. That's better than your main ones that you got now, and possibly a new keeper.
Jack's reaction.
Keeper. What's your behind
He was so gassed as you went new goalkeeper. He went, what do you mean by that?
Cheers, Michael. Yes.
Jack,
Sorry, Jack, but that's just my opinion.
he's here and
Pickford's
there.
one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Come on, we can, like Bailey said before, he said he's a good goalkeeper.
He is.
Average.
He's average. He's single-handedly kept us in the Premier League for the past 2 seasons. If he was back,
Right.
if you got him to replace De Gea, you wouldn't be saying he's average. You'd be saying, "Oh, he's the best goalkeeper in the league."
Go on, Jack. You're next.
He's
You're
fuming.
number 12.
Got Man United. Well, I've got
Nah, stick what you got.
12 have gone for West Ham. 12 have went for Brentford. I think they've got a good manager. They've got a good squad, and I just think there's too many teams around them that's too strong for Brentford. So can't see them getting any higher than 12, really.
12 I went with Brentford as well. I think without Ivan Toney, I can't see him scoring enough goals, to be fair. But I think they'll have an okay season without Toney, but not the best. But when Toney comes back, I can see him getting wins and scoring goals. But yeah, 12th place for me.
I've also gone for Brentford 12th. I don't know. I feel like they'll be all right without Toney for the moment. But obviously, they've got like Mbuemo and other players around them. I think they will work as a team. I do like the look of Thomas Frank as a manager. I think he's proven himself really well. It's interesting what they're going to do with David Ray. Obviously, they've got a Dutch goalie there. I can't imagine him being one of the backups. So they might sell Ray out. I don't know.
So my number 11 is West Ham. West Ham did win the cup last year, the Conference Cup, which is fantastic for them. Obviously losing Declan Rice for 105 million, which is bonkers. But yeah, other than that, I think they need to replace Rice and get a decent midfielder. Maybe someone like Polina. I think that'd be a good player to sign, or someone like that. But yeah, or they can have Fred if they want. I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. So yeah, West Ham 11th.
I've also gone for West Ham. I think they'll have I mean, I know you can say they didn't have a terrible season last season with winning the Conference League, but in the league, they definitely weren't where they would want to be. And I think losing Declan Rice, I think they've got to get Polina from Fulham. He's up and coming. He's Premier League proven, and they've got the money to get him. So I think 11th is where West Ham will finish.
Really?
Yeah, in my 11th, I've went with Crystal Palace. They're always like 11th anyway. But Of course, they sold Wilfred Saha and some other good players. So yeah, I think Crystal Palace will be 11th. They're always near there.
Sure.
I've also gone with Palace as well, same as Bailey. I just think, obviously, if they lose Elise for 35 mil, which I think is a steal, Saha's obviously now a free agent. He might be going. Anderson, they've got many players who've been linked with them. Obviously, Jabari Gray's been linked with them, moved to Palace from Everton. But I think that's more a benefit for Everton to ship him off than Palace signing him, especially now you've got Danjuma and you've got maybe that Gnetto from Leeds. I think that's a win-win for Everton. But yeah, I think with Palace, with Hodgson there, like Bailey said, they're always around the 11th, 12th sort of thing.
So my 10th is a team that came up from the Championship, and that is Burnley. Burnley obviously made a great signing in getting the goalkeeper from Man City. I can't remember his name.
James Trafford.
James Trafford, great signing, 19 million. I think that's a bit bonkers in my opinion, but it's a signing. And yeah, they've got some good players. Got Scott Twine, great player, and they've got some decent players in the team. They've got the likes of White Weghorst.
He had a good reception in a pre-season game.
He got booed, didn't
Yeah,
he?
I saw that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Burnley fans booed
Yeah.
him.
Rightfully so, though.
Did you boo him?
Yes. They literally jeered him, booed him, everything. Because Weghorst say he's bigger than Burnley.
Fair enough. So they are my number 10.
My number 10, I've gone for Fulham. Now, I do wish I kind of put these quite lower down now. Especially with them losing Mitrovic, because he's probably going to go. But I don't think Jimenez is a great replacement for him. But still, I think Marco Silva, I think he's a really good manager, and I was gutted to see him get sacked when he was at Everton manager, and because I do think he does have the potential to be a really good manager, and I reckon they'll be around that mid-table area.
Yeah. So 10th place, I'm gonna go West Ham. I'll call West Ham won the Conference League last season, and yeah, they've got good players. I think I've got in the Premier League. They didn't want to be where they was last season. But yeah, I still think they'll have a good season this season, finishing 10th with David Moyes as well. So yeah, 10th.
My 10th is West Ham. Same as again with Bailey. Like you say, last season they were a bit shit, but they won the Conference League. I think sending Rice, I think that kind of would help them spending other positions. Paulinho, I think, would be the beneficial one. But I think if Fulham want 90 mil, I think they should go elsewhere. Maybe someone like either McTominay or James Ward-Prowse. I think they'll do well there in that position for West Ham. But yeah, I just think they need that money to branch off a load of positions in their team. But it's hard now because other teams know that West Ham got the Europa Conference money and 105 million because of Rice.
So my 9th is Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, Tottenham are just a team that they don't win trophies. I don't mind Spurs, but they just don't win trophies. Yeah, they've got Harry Kane, but if he goes to Bayern Munich, they're screwed. They're massively screwed. And obviously they've got Son staying, but I just think they're not going to have a great season. I think Postecoglou could possibly get sacked at the end of the season if they don't get where they want to be, especially if they get rid of Kane, because Kane's out of contract next year and he says he's not signed the contract. So if it was me, I'd get rid of him now and get the money, because he wants to go Bayern. So they are my number 9.
I've also gone for Spurs. I think, if I'm being honest, I'm not convinced Posta, however you say his name, will
Hans
last till,
Coughlin.
will last till Christmas. And I just think Spurs, I think they're on a bit of a, it's obviously they're on a bit of a downfall now, and I think this season will be not a pleasant one for Spurs.
I've went with Brighton over Albion. I just don't think Brighton will have a good season in the Prem. Of course, being in that Europa League for first year. But I know they've got, of course, good players. They nearly, of course, came back against Chelsea in pre-season, but it's only a pre-season. But yeah, I do think Brighton will have a okay season, but worse than last season. So no.
My ninth is Spurs as well. I just think Kane's obviously not going to sign a new contract. He's wasting. If he goes on a free, then everyone can snap him up. I think he's one of those hottest free agents in the summer. No one goes in for this summer. I think, yes, they got some good signings like that Solomon, who was on loan at Fulham last season. He's a good impact sub. They got a goalie, Italian goalkeeper. He needs to be tested. They've got other players like Romero, but with Spurs, they need to get rid of a lot more players. And some of them are past their sell by date, and Levy's just clutching onto his straws. And I think the Spurs fans will not have a toxic season again. And I think Costa Cogo will go by Christmas.
Ooh, Christmas. Okay. So this is going to shock a few people. My 8th is Arsenal. I just don't think, after watching them yesterday, I'm sorry, but they were not good. Bruno Fernandes was clear of Odegaard in that game yesterday. He was better. He played well. And honestly, what Ramsdale had done for conceding the goal was shocking. It was a bit like when Roy Cowell played for United.
Alex said it's only pre-season.
And I don't care.
I know he says it's a pre-season, but like next,
I don't care. But that is my opinion, my prediction. So yeah,
I
Go
on, Ginger, you're next.
I've gone for Brighton. I think they won't have enough to get anywhere close to where they finished last year, which was 6th. And I think with being in Europe, and they haven't really replaced McAllister because that is a huge loss. And I think if you don't replace him, you're missing a chunk out of your core squad you had last season. And I think with European football, don't get me wrong, I still think they'll have a decent season. Obviously, I really like their manager, De Zerbi, and I still think they'll have a strong season and finish 8th.
Yeah. 8th place, I'm going to go Spurs. Just like all you said, I don't really think they'll have a good season. Their manager could be gone, I don't know, but they ain't like, they don't win trophies, and if Harry Kane leaves, they could even finish lower. So I think Spurs finish 8th.
I've gone with Brighton. Same as Jack. This is the comeback now, Jack. We're going to agree each other from top 9 onwards. I think Brighton for me. I think McAllister's a big loss for 35 mil. Yes, they got in Dahoud from Dortmund, but then there's other players who might be going, maybe like Caicedo. I still think he'll go to Chelsea. Don't know when that will be, but I think he'll go Chelsea. But yeah, there's other players. I think they haven't even got someone with Levi Colwell, unless they stick with Webster and Dunk. I don't know, but I think Brighton for 8th for me. I mean, it's at least not Arsenal, but.
So my number 7 is Chelsea. The reason why I've gone for Chelsea is because they made some great signings for next season with the likes of Jackson and a few others. They look promising, they look good, they look ready, and they look like they want to win games. Like sort of the way they played yesterday, I thought they were really good, especially Jackson. I thought he was quality, scoring the goal. I thought, what's his name, Joe? The left wing, left mid.
Modric.
No, No. The other one.
Nkunku.
Well, you always say he's a left back.
Oh, Maatsen.
Matson, oh my God, he is good. If he stays at Chelsea, he's going to have a great season at Chelsea next year. Possibly getting a few goals next year. I think Chelsea will be up there, especially getting Poch. I think he's a good manager. But honestly, can he get them to the into a cup? That'd be fantastic for Chelsea, especially if they can win one. That'd be fantastic. Maybe if they win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, I think that'd be good for Chelsea. So yeah, Chelsea in my number 7.
My number 7, I've gone with Villa. I think. I think they'll. Looking back at this, I do think I maybe should have switched them with the team I've got above them, but Unai Emery came in and completely changed them to the Steven Gerrard Villa, which was just very shit. But he's brought in Pau Torres, he's brought in Diaby yesterday, was it? They are 2 brilliant signings, and I think Villa will have a very good season this season.
7th, I went with Newcastle. I just don't think they'll have a season what they did last season as being in the Champions League. They probably need to sign other players. Of course, Satsman has left now, I'm pretty sure. They've signed Harvey Barnes, other good players. So, yeah, I think they'll have a good season, but just get Conference League in 7th place.
Is it now 8th now because of the new Champions League format? Isn't it like top 5?
8th and 7th. Yeah, I think it's 8th and 7th.
Yeah, it's in like 6th and 7th get Europa and then 8th gets Conference.
Oh, maybe.
I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure. Huh?
Does 5 get Champions League then?
Yeah, it's like top 5 for the Champions League.
What?
Top 5 is Champions League.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Top
pretty
4
sure
Champions League.
I'm pretty sure they did a new format and you have to finish.
Joe,
Finish if you get
5th and 6th is Europa League, and the Conference League is 7th.
Yeah, but they've done like a new format of the Champions League.
When?
This
The
current
team,
season.
right? 5th.
Isn't that next year, Joe? That's next
Yeah,
year.
so what I'm saying, so for this season, if you come 5th, the next season you get Champions League. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I will.
Right, Joe, what's yours? We've done
My
yours.
7th, again, I feel like I'm doing the same with Jack in a way because I feel like I should swap the other team around, but I've gone with Villa 7th. I just think with their signings, it's been really good. Pau Torres, Diaby, like Jack said, with the Steven Gerrard now gone, you've got Unai Emery coming in. I feel like they are actually now spending the Jack Grealish money well, like so good. But yeah, no, I think Villa will be 7th for me as well. But I wish.
It'd be interesting to see who you've got 6th now to see if we both agree that we should have moved them around.
If you go, yeah, I'll be interested.
So my 6th is Brighton. Brighton have made some great signings. One from Dortmund, quality, everything about them. I think they're going to be doing well next year, especially with Ferguson, possibly Casado if he stays at Brighton, or is he going to Chelsea? We don't know because I actually don't think Chelsea actually want to pay the 100 million at this rate.
Brother.
So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, Casado's a great player. Obviously losing McAllister. They've got good defence. I think they'll be up there next year. Possibly trying to fight for the Champions League spot. Maybe we'll find out. Jack.
Now, for my 6th place, I have gone with Liverpool.
Oh.
I think they've sorted the midfield issues out, and now I think they still need to bring in a few defenders. I don't think Van Dijk's a centre-back he used to be. And now, obviously, they'll need to bring in a right-back because I think Trent will probably move into midfield because he is a completely different player there. And I just think if they don't sort out their defence, I think they'll be it'll be a very underwhelming season again for Liverpool.
In sixth place, I'll put with Aston Villa, my team. Yeah, I think we'll have a good season than last season with Emery. Core brought in really good players. We'll probably swap it at each Premier League game, I reckon, because we've got loads of games to play next season. So we'll probably play Cameron Archer up front for one game and Watkins maybe. But I still think we have a class team to get top six, so sixth place in my opinion.
I've just seen the message that someone's put.
Yeah, I
Really
just think the defense doesn't convince me that it will get any better.
Your opinion? Your opinion?
Right, my sixth, I went with Newcastle. I just think, yes, they got Tonali, yes, they got Harvey Barnes, but they still need that depth yet. They haven't got that depth like other teams have around them. And I'm quite gutted because when I said about it, I put Villa seventh, and I feel like in terms of depth-wise, I'd prefer Villa's than Newcastle's. But I'm sticking with Newcastle sixth and Villa seventh. But I think obviously with Champions League as well, I think that's going to take a massive whack onto them as well.
Right. Joe, have you seen how Tonali looks? He doesn't look happy that he's
Exactly. I think it would be surprising.
in there.
But the thing is, you go somewhere like AC Milan to Newcastle, like you can tell how the money talks.
There was a video of him checking out the gym at Newcastle's training ground, and he said,
I've seen that.
"Milan, the one in Milan's bigger." Like, he's obviously not.
He wasn't the best player. He probably thought.
To be fair, he didn't want to leave.
We know he's only there because of the money.
Exactly.
No, he actually didn't want to leave because AC Milan are in debt, massive debt. So, well, yeah. So going into our number 5. Ooh. I'm going to say Liverpool.
Oh, you never walk alone. You can spam my comments in.
You're putting Villa in the top
I'm
four,
sorry,
that's-
Liverpool fans, but you think you've got the best midfield. You haven't. Man City have. So, and it's just like that. It's like, I'm sorry, but yeah, Alisson, great keeper, but you need to sort your defence out because your defence is not that great. Yeah, you got Van Dijk.
He's not
gonna
the
be-
centre back he used to be.
Well,
Not since Jordan Pickford's tackled him now.
yeah, Pickford's
Exactly.
left. No, Pickford.
You didn't like
Henderson,
him,
sorry.
Alex. And Alex, you didn't like him.
Right, so yeah. Sorry, lad. I'm a United fan, so what did you expect? So yeah.
Was he
Uh,
good? No.
Yeah, so yeah.
Come on, baby. Who's your fifth?
Jack.
Oh,
Okay,
I've gone
fair.
for Newcastle. And again, I think Villa could finish above both Liverpool and Newcastle this season. But yeah, I think like you said, Joe, they've got Champions League and they don't have the greatest squad depth. And I think, yeah, they signed Tonali, but he looks very miserable being there. And I think if he doesn't settle in quick enough, I think he could be a massive flop.
Dare I say it? I think Joe Willock might have a better season than Tonali.
Ooh. I agree with that.
I'm gonna go Chelsea in fifth. Of course, they've got some really good players now. Pochettino, I think he'll be a good manager for Chelsea. I even can see him finishing in that top 4, to be fair, but I think they'll just miss out on the last day in fifth.
I've also agreed with Bailey. I think we'll get fifth. I think considering we got 12 last season, I think if we get fifth, I think it's a massive improvement as well. I just think signing players like Nkunku is a good signing. Nicholas Jackson, Gusto's right back, Maatsen. I think we've got like a good sort of like a blend of experience and youth. I do feel like we need to sign Caicedo I love us if we find Kudos or Elise. I think that will be brilliant signings for Chelsea down that right hand side. I do like Madueke, but I think he needs a bit of a challenge. I mean, if you get someone who fails their medicals like Hakim Ziyech does, he needs to get out. But yeah, Chelsea 5th for me.
So my 4th, I'm going to say Aston Villa.
Oh, I can't get Bailey's reaction.
I'm saying Aston Villa. I think they've made some great signings. Obviously, Tielemans it's okay. We've got Pau Torres, quality defender, and then they've got Diaby, another great player. So yeah,
Bailey's backstage, by the way. He approves.
Alex.
you seen what I said,
You
Bailey?
won't get top 4. Yeah, but thank you.
You never know, Bailey. You never know.
Look at Bailey
You
trying to
never
start.
know.
Just I ain't getting that hype.
Fucking hell.
So, Jack, who's your 4th?
I've gone for Chelsea. I think
Oh.
Pochettino completely changed around to what they were last season, and I think the signings that they've made, Nicholas Jackson, he is very, very good, and I think that Matson would be like a new signing. Like, he looked amazing. Was it last night?
Last night and Wrexham.
Yeah, he looked amazing the other day, and I think he'll be a very good player for Chelsea this season, and I think they'll get Champions League.
Thanks, Jack.
Bailey?
In 4, I'm gonna go Liverpool. Just, I think they probably need some new players, but yeah, I think they'll just get it. They could even finish out of that top 4, but yeah, I think Liverpool didn't have the best of seasons last season. I think they'll have a better one this season, so 4th.
Yeah, I've gone for Liverpool 4th as well. I think their attack's fine. Midfield, they're upgrading like massively in terms of the signings, like Szoboszlai and McAllister. But I still think they need more youthful midfielders in that team. I mean, I've heard that Fabinho deal might be off now for that Saudi club because apparently of his dogs. Apparently, I've heard. Yeah, apparently he's got like Frenchies, and apparently in Saudi they don't allow them. So imagine that failed America because your dog. But yeah, I think they do need some more youth and also defense as well. I think Trent's good, like Jack said, could put him in midfield. Robertson's good. I think they're more the back centre back. They are asking inquiries about Levi Colwell, but he's staying at Chelsea. He's part of the project, and I think Pochettino sees something in him, and I think he will start most of our games this season.
So going into my 3rd is Newcastle. Newcastle United, I think they've obviously signed some great players. They've signed the player from Harvey Barnes, great signing. Obviously, they've obviously signed Tonali, but he doesn't even look happy being there. But yeah, we just have to see how things go. But for me, I think they will be up there next year, definitely, because they've got a good team. They've got the likes of Trippier, who's doing really well at their club with the likes of Poop. So for me, Newcastle 3rd. Jack?
3rd, I've gone for Arsenal. Don't think they'll be in contention to win the title. I think they'll get a solid top 4 finish. Made some good signings with Declan Rice and Timber. Is it Timbers or Timber? Whatever his name is. I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah. Third, I've went with Arsenal as well. Of course, they've signed Declan Rice for Emworth 105 mil, but he's a good player. And they've signed, of course, Timber. So, yeah, I bet Arsenal finish third. Can't see them being better than last season, in my opinion.
Joe,
My third is I'm going with United. I think with United, I think you still need that striker. I know you still linked with that Højlund, but I think that will take him time to gel and things like that. Obviously, the BTEC Haaland. But I think there's still other players you need to get rid of and sell. I think yes, you signed Mount as well, but I'm not saying it because obviously I'm a Chelsea fan as well. But I think he would be a good player if he wasn't number 7. I just think now he's got the number 7 shirt. He's got massive pressure on him.
right. So going into my number 2 is the team that I support is Manchester United. I think Man United signing some great players at the moment so far. Signing Onana, Mason Mount, and apparently we're going to be signing Dan Fletcher's brothers, I've heard. The youth, I think. But I think, like with what Joe said, we do need a striker. Højlund is looking interesting. I have Colin Mawani. I think he'd be a great player at United if we do get him in. Obviously, we're going to have to spend about 80 million on him, but United have got the money if they want to do that. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen in the season. But for me, I'll be happy with second for Man U next season, and obviously Champions League next year, which would be even better. So yeah, United in second.
I have also gone for United in second. I think they looked very good when they played Arsenal. And I think they're that one striker away from rarely getting neck and neck with City. I think Ten Hag is one of the best managers in the league, to be honest. And I think United they're stronger than Arsenal, they're stronger than Liverpool, they're stronger than Chelsea. And I think they'll finish second.
Yeah, I think United will finish second as well. Yeah, I think they are stronger than most teams this season. Of course, they've got good midfield. You probably still need a striker, but yeah, I think United will probably try and get top 2 and finish in second place.
Joe,
My second's Arsenal. Yes, they lost 2-0 to United yesterday, but like I say, it's pre-season. You got to give them time to gel. Yes, it's attacking sort of lineup from Havertz, Odegaard, and Rice, but they've still got players like Partey, who I think could be in there instead of Havertz. They still need some players as well. I think they need another right winger, but who would want to come in and be Bukayo Saka backup? That's another one. Balogun, I don't know if he's going to stay or go. Who knows? Timber's a good signing. He'll be there right back. I'm pretty sure I'd start him over White. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Arsenal second. And I think Arsenal won't win any trophies. And I think Arteta might get the pressure.
what I'm going to say is, Joe, Havertz is not even a player. He's crap. He's garbage.
I'd have him at Everton.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
You can take him, Jack. He's
Thank you,
crap.
Jack.
I'm sorry, but the likes of the players, like Declan Rice, they weren't that great yesterday. They were not great. And that, what's the name? Vieira guy?
Oh, Fabio Ferreira, yeah, he's terrible.
He's terrible.
I don't think there's one Arsenal fan that likes him.
And he missed a penalty yesterday in the penalty shootout, but Man U won 5-3. So my first one is Man City. I hate to say it, but City will probably win the Premier League. But yeah, they've got some great players. Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Diaz, great players. I hate to say it, but City can win the league. No, Jack.
City, I don't really need to go into it. They are the best team in the world by far. And adding Elise, if they do get Elise, I think he's going to be a really big player for them in the future, especially. They're just going to be adding more quality to the quality that they've already got. They're just going to keep on getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Man City as well. Nothing to really say, just they're the best team in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm saying Man City.
You're right there, Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, sorry. My first would be Man City as well. I think you just can't beat them. I mean, they're eventually gonna sign Gavaldo.
I'm going to be bold and say they're going to go invincible.
No, I don't think they will. I think they'll lose
I
to
think they
Spurs.
will.
At Spurs. They'll lose at Spurs. They haven't scored at Spurs.
I'm sorry,
I think.
but sorry, what happened at Old Trafford?
I think they'll beat you this season at Old Trafford.
Go invincible, not a chance.
What happened at the Etihad, Alex?
Sorry. What happened at Old Trafford?
What happened at the Etihad?
Oh, very funny. Very funny.
Yeah,
The
miles.
but you can't talk. But you can't talk because we're at Everton.
We are actually fourth according to Flash scores because everyone's on 0 points.
Where are United, Jack?
Let me check.
Bottom off.
Let me check. If
Well,
I want to
that's
load up, here we go. United are 8th. You do the math, Alex. I think 4 is higher than 8th.
It's all right. But you will only be there for like a day.
A day. We've got a bit more than a day till the season starts.
Have you got first game of the season?
Fulham at home.
Winnable game.
Mm-hmm. Very winnable.
Yes. Anyone say anything?
Not really much. Really.
Stevenage
Just
is
can't wait
going
for the
down.
new season.
So, what are your thoughts on obviously we're going to do League One on Wednesday. You guys up for it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
About 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jack will
Joe?
go for a shorter route walk.
I already know my 24th position.
Hey!
Who? Yeah.
0 points. No, I actually don't reckon that will happen. You'll see.
It's going to say 1 point instead.
I think they'll.
They've got
I
like
will
a
go
good
Wednesday. I
mid-table
just
League
can't
One
wait to
squad
see you
there.
guys talk about Stevenage.
They've got a good solid League One mid-table squad there, Alex. You can't disagree with that.
To be fair, they have signed a few decent players.
Craig Thompson, let's go.
But how many Thompsons have you signed?
Thompson FD.
And Joe, I guarantee me and Jack will put Chummy in the top 7. But the thing is, Jack, I'm not putting Wrexham above Chummy. Not a chance.
I don't reckon Wrexham are looking that great.
I don't think they'll go up.
Neither do I. If you look at their squad, they've got people are just obsessing over them because they've got Paul Mullen.
And new owners. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, hang on. They were in the National League for about 15 years. And when they had their owners, them new owners, they were still there. So I reckon they could finish 8th or 9th. And I'm actually not just saying that.
I reckon we'll beat them at home as well.
Yeah, I think we will. On Luke McGee's birthday.
Oh, what a goalkeeper! He is the best goalkeeper in the league.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm just having a look at. I'm just gonna look at these like comments. Like, someone's put Alex Duncan Super White Army. Alex, why the only sign is there? Owen White, you can have a shout out. A 7, there you go, that's from me. Archie Vaughan, Jack, you are wrong. You Never Walk Alone, they have done so far in this window. An average Tielemans and an average Pau Torres and an upcoming talent Diaby that's aimed at Villa. Nah, fair
Average
play,
Pau
Joe and
Torres.
Bailey. Alex, are you joking, bro? Shake my head. You Never Walk Alone, they have only signed Tonali and Harvey Barnes. Joe knows ball.
Joe knows ball. Bullshit.
Get in.
So
Thank you,
Joe,
Never Walk Alone.
let me ask you a
Ball,
question.
he knows his ball head.
Wait,
So Joe,
second, all they signed is Mason Mount, who's terrible, and Onana, who's only good at intent at Ajax, terrible. I didn't put him second, I put him third. Havertz isn't even a professional footballer. After that, even a Sunday league player could do better. Someone put City, like, think like, great, they're going to win it. And Wrexham, shit. Tranmere, cool glasses, like cool dude sort of thing. So it'll be
Shades.
interesting.
Joe, what have you got against Tranmere? Honestly,
Oh, I'm against Tranmere. I'm just being honest, lads.
wait,
Like,
sorry. We actually played well yesterday.
yes,
Wow.
against a young Everton team, lad. They only had
Sorry.
Mason Holgate.
That's
Sorry.
Mason Holgate.
Hey,
Yeah, Mason Holgate, he's pretty much wank.
hey, Jack. His teams got beat on Saturday anyway. Only one team won. Stevenage beating Ipswich and Cambridge
Oh, yeah.
beating Ipswich as well.
Stevenage played Ipswich.
Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
Who did you support?
I don't know, mate. Honestly. It was either one. It was like Alex said to me yesterday, it was a win-win.
Yeah, that was like me yesterday. Tranmere and Everton.
Yeah.
But I wanted Tranmere to win because one, Everton just had the young squad out.
Yeah,
None of their
exactly.
team
Would
were
you
there.
prefer more Tranmere or Everton?
Tranmere.
Really?
Mm.
So here's one for you. Everton get Tranmere in the cup at Goodson. Where are you sitting?
Tranmere end.
Right. If you ask me
Depends who
that
had a
about
ticket though,
menu,
because our away end will sell out pretty much straight away.
easily done dusted. But for if you send me Man United or Tranmere all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. All the way.
Yeah.
Joe, what about for you? Chelsea or
Ipswich or
Ipswich?
Stevenage.
Chelsea, Ipswich, or
I would have to
Stevenage,
say Chelsea.
right? But if you had the chance, where would you rather be, Chelsea end or the Ipswich end?
If I had to pick one, I'd probably have to go Ipswich End because of the limbs, if it did happen. But like, in terms of getting my ticket more likely, I'd probably know someone who can get me a Chelsea ticket.
Do you reckon Tranmere fans will be good next year, Jack, for the limbs?
Yeah. Pretty good last season, to be fair.
Wrexham
They're
Ways going to be boss.
Yeah.
Wrexham Ways going to be class next year.
I can't wait for Barnsley in the cup.
When the tickets are taking the piss.
Chelsea are actually looking quite scary. I'm not going to lie, mate. I do think it's because of Poch's like manager with bedding the experience and the youngsters. I think I'm looking forward to it.
Tranmere Wrexham's going to be boss. Tranmere Wrexham's going to be boss.
Can't
How's
wait to
that
beat
next
them
fight,
4-0
though? I'm
on.
gutted.
Can't wait to beat them 5-0 on TV.
Hey, it's not even on TV, you know, Jack.
It is.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
been moved to 12:30 because it's going to be
Yeah,
on TV.
but it's not on TV.
It will be.
Who the hell is messaging?
I'd be
Don't
very
know.
surprised if it's not.
They'll announce it like a date closer to the game. That will be on
Might,
TV.
maybe.
Because they normally do like a game on like I know it's not called BT anymore, but TMZ. They normally do a Premier League game on that, and then a EFL game on Sky
Sky.
Sports. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so who do you reckon will be the dark horse in the Prem?
I think Villa. I mean, you can say
Villa's
they're not
just
dark
out.
horses, but I reckon
I
they
wouldn't
could
say
get
dark
Champions
horses.
League.
I mean, Villa will be up there now, especially with Pau Torres and Diaby.
Yeah, but
I like Bournemouth, like, but I mean, with their manager, I mean, Burnley, you expect them to be around that sort of where they are. So you could say Burnley, but where do you think Tranmere are finishing?
There.
Joe, be nice. Be nice.
8th.
Joe,
Bailey,
we've got
piss
Luke
off.
Norris and Christian Dennis who have combined goals of 30 plus.
Chelsea will be dark horses. No.
Ooh, I like that.
Right. So, Joe,
I'm
where do you think Tranmere will-
I'm gonna say Tranmere will finish 14th. Hey, that's the second time you've done that, you little shit.
Hey, and Stevenage are going to finish 24th, and so are Ipswich. Good luck.
Was there 24 teams in the championship?
Yes.
Was there actually?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's 92 in each league. No, there's 90. Oh, no, there's
Oh, there's 24, yeah.
72 in each league.
Yeah, and there's 22 in League
Mate,
Two.
It seems more likely Ipswich we won't be 24. I promise you that much. And you say that, yesterday you put them 10th, so shut up.
No, we didn't. Put them 11th. Get it right.
One off. Ipswich are going to go down.
I reckon
Lad.
we'll
Ipswich
have
are not
a-
going down. There are far worse teams than
Right,
Ipswich.
okay, right. I know we're going to do the video next week. Right. Who's top 3 for League Two? What, just,
Stockport.
I think Stockport, not saying that team. Mansfield, maybe?
Stockport, Mansfield.
Or are they going to get in the playoffs? I think they could get playoffs.
Stockport.
I'm going to say Stockport. It's in no order, but I'm going to Stockport, Wrexham.
Joe,
can I ask?
You know what? I'll take a. I'm going to take a.
Joe,
punt.
wait, I'm sorry.
Who
Right.
in that Wrexham squad has played more than 50 AFL games? Because there's only a few.
Ben Foster.
Apart from Ben Foster. Ben Foster. You've got, and the ones that I've played in the AFL before have been very average League Two centre backs or centre
Paul
mids or
Mullin.
whatever.
Paul
Yeah,
Mullen's
you got
probably the
Tozer,
best.
who got promoted with Cheltenham, I think, and then he was.
Who?
Paul Mullen is their best player. But
Sorry, no. You never walk alone. Come on, man. Try me a third. You taking the mic?
Joe, we've got. I think we're a right back and a good pacey midfielder, creative midfielder away from being able to.
what did you think of
compete with the
O'Connell
others.
last night? Then?
Joe,
Go on.
you'd say this about Stevenage last year though, like this time last year. When would you see Stevenage finishing
This
second?
season.
Yeah, but
No, but the thing is, the difference of that is that we've got a manager that knows the league well. Like, not being funny, Dawes doesn't know the league well.
every time he's been in, the first time he was our caretaker manager, I wanted him to get the job. He played very good football. He got us into the automatic promotion places.
Who?
Dawes when
Yeah.
Jackson got sacked,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
took us from like 15th to like second with his own squad.
How many-
I just
Is it about
I just
10
think-
games?
I just think there's
Yeah.
better teams
10 games
around.
unbeaten. 10 games unbeaten. Pretty good.
And I think with his
there's
own
around you,
squad
sorry,
and his own ideas, I think
I just think there's better teams around you.
Right, and Joe, I'm
Wrexham is
sorry
not
to say
one
this,
of them.
but Joe,
Oh,
If you're
mate,
seeing-
what?
Joe, so Barrow are not going to overtake Tranmere. Not a
You
chance.
think that?
He thinks that.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Barrow
Yes,
did last
you did.
season. They did last season.
Oh my God, Joe. Yeah, once.
Yeah, but they've lost.
Once.
They've lost that Harrison Neal. They've lost that Sam McClellan.
Yeah, but he was on loan
I
at
think
Chelsea.
Ben Whitfield wants to leave, and he's easily their best player. I'd have him. Go and get Ben Whitfield for the Bristow money.
What position is he?
He's like a cam, I think.
To be fair, I think we
I'm
need
flash.
CDM. I think we need a
No,
good CDM.
He's not CDM, Alex. He played in
No,
the number
but we
10
do
for Barrow
need to
last
see.
season, I think.
I think we need CDM now.
No, I don't think we do.
But because who's you going to put in midfield then?
Mary and Hendry. Then if we get Ben Whitfield or something, put him
Do you
in
know
that
what?
Anderson position.
I don't think Henry's that good.
He is.
He was hit and miss yesterday.
That's one game. He was
But-
he was the best player at Southport. He was good at Vauxhalls.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought Morris was all right.
Not at
I thought
Southport.
Hawks was all right.
See,
well,
I think if we go and get a Ben Whitfield and put him in that cam, then we'll have Hendry and Mary in the centre mid. Then we'll
is he
have,
out of contract?
no, but we have money because we have Bristow. We sold Bristow, didn't we? We got like 400.
Well, hang on. How much did we get for?
We got 400k for Bristow.
No, but how much did we get on for the loan for Leak?
What?
That Leak left back?
He's on loan.
Yeah. How much?
We wouldn't
Is
have had
he-
to pay much for his loan.
What'd you think of him?
I thought yesterday he's literally the same type of player as Ethan Bristow.
I thought he was all right yesterday.
He was one of our best players. He was getting forward, he was creating chances, he was solid defensively. I just couldn't fault him yesterday.
Hmm.
And I think Joe Yarni,
Joseph Yarni.
yeah, but he's called. You don't. That's like calling Joe. I'm sure his full name's Joseph.
Yes, to be fair.
Yeah. He's the next Van Dijk.
Thank you, Alex.
Right. Right, I'm going to end this in a minute.
Doke. Thank you for having me on, Alex. Nice to hear you again, Jack. Nice to see
Yeah,
you
you
again,
too,
Bailey.
Jack.
Well, I'll be seeing you guys Wednesday.
Yeah.
Stephen at 24th.
Well, it won't surprise me, lad. Or you wouldn't. Treadmill 14th. Yeah.
Tranmere top 7. No, sorry, top 3, maybe.
No. No, you're taking the piss.
If I do that,
Just remember, Alex, we've got a tenner on the line, by the way, lad. Just saying.
sorry. But I don't think Wrexham will get in top. I don't think Wrexham will get top
Fine,
3.
I'll have a walk on
Rest
it.
of your night. Yep, you too, man. Everyone here, well, minus Jack's got a YouTube channel. He doesn't hardly post on it, but we've all got YouTubes on here. Thank you. You know, all going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's got a
You-
channel.
Jack, have you got YouTube?
Yeah, but I've never.
He,
Done anything on
it's
it.
just there. He doesn't post on it. He's just there.
Right, guys,
Chilling.
like and subscribe to Joe, like and subscribe to Jack, even though he doesn't use it. And Bailey, and me.
Take care, everyone. Have a all good evening as well. See you on for Wednesday.
Cheers,
All the best,
Kevin.
guys.
I'll see you Wednesday, 6 p.m. for League One predictions. So we're doing Stevenage's League, where they're going to get relegated.
0 points.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
Goodbye.
Steve Evans to get them and point deduction.
Steve Evans is going to sack. Bye-bye.
Probably would have got sacked for